What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fig here, and welcome to the rabbit hole. Now, I don't know how well you can hear me, and I'm sure it's pretty noisy in the video. So right now, I'm outside, walking around. I'm right by the railroad tracks here in the lovely San Jose, California, and exercising my freedom to not wear a fucking mask and to just be social distancing, basically. Fucking sweat in the eyes and shit, you know. So I've just walked about 4 miles now, and I'm headed back home. So it'll be like another 4 fucking miles, you know. I figure I kind of need it in my fat ass. But I don't know. Figured, you know, it's been a little bit since I did a video. I'm pretty busy with school and also had some technical difficulties and shit. Fucking something's always coming up, right? So I figured I'd just jump on right now. Might as well. Got 4 fucking miles to go. But no, I mean, I'm not gonna have you on for the whole fucking 4 miles. That'd be a little ridiculous. I honestly don't even know if I have that much to talk about. But anyways, yep, it's kind of nice. It's kind of peaceful. I mean, even though I'd rather be out in like nature, you know, like fucking hiking in the wilderness, or I don't know, some shit like that. But you know, I guess I'm doing a little bit of urban hiking. See the road and everything. All the people driving around. There's a train that went by, and I waved at him. Threw up a little peace sign, and he gave me a little hang loose, you know. That was kind of cool. But it brought me back to my childhood, man. Like fucking back when I lived in Felton. So for those of you who don't know where Felton is, it's a little town right by Santa Cruz. It's about a 20-minute drive down Highway 9 all the way to the beach in Santa Cruz. So, but over there is, you got 2 things, well, 2 main things really, is you've got Henry Cowell Redwood State Park, which I used to, has a San Lorenzo River running right through it. It's got train tracks with trestle and shit. Like, really cool place. I mean, redwood trees. What's not fucking cool about redwood trees, you know? But I used to ride my mountain bike over to the river, and then I would lift up the bike over my head, you know? Lift up over my head, and I would walk across the river like that. And it usually wasn't too deep. I mean, maybe at most waist high, you know? So it's not too bad or nothing. And honestly, I mean, lifting up the bike over my head and going across the river was totally unnecessary. Because all I had to do was ride down the road a little bit and cross over a bridge and get on the trails on the other side. But that's not nearly as fun, right? I mean, how fucking fun. What stories to tell the, you know, the kids when you're older and shit. Yeah, I used to ride my bike to the river and put my bike over my head and cross it, you know, shit like that. But I had a lot of fun, man, in Felton. Fucking fell quite a few times too, especially, hey, if y'all don't know about Pipeline Road, fuck, man. Pipeline Road is legit. You gotta be careful, because those fucking turns, and when you're coming down the hill and you're fucking speeding like crazy, twice, man. That shit got me twice. And I think it was in the same fucking spot too. One was really bad though. Like, I flew like fucking Superman, man. Fucking wrecked my favorite shirt too at the time. But anyways, yeah, I used to go running over there too, you know. I'd be running along I'd run across the trestle and hope a train wouldn't come. Luckily, I mean, the trestle wasn't too long, but it was long enough. And not exactly the sturdiest thing in the world either, you know? But it was fun, and there were times when I was pretty sure some fucking mountain lion or something was watching me, because I'd hear some rustling in the bushes and I'd be all on my own out there, you know. I didn't run with a knife or anything on me. Like, I probably should if I had a knife, but I never ran with it. And so I would just start yelling, you know, just in case y'all ever come across something. They don't like noise, so if it's ever you by yourself, you definitely want to be cautious. You and one other person still want to be cautious, but you're a little bit safer. But if you start making noise, yeah, you should be good, because they don't like that shit. So I just started yelling like, la 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 la, just some random shit, you know. Started singing hella loud. Try singing while running. Like, that was fucking tough, man. And I don't have a good singing voice, so I'm glad nobody else was around, you know. So, anyways, yeah, so over to Roaring Camp is next, right? So Roaring Camp is right by. I mean, they're fucking connected and interconnected shit. But anyways, Roaring Camp is right by Henry Cowell. And my buddy Joseph Shreve, his father was a conductor on one of the trains. I think he was actually the head conductor, if I'm not mistaken. But we got to ride up a couple of times up Bear Mountain. And how it would work, right? You could take on the mountain a couple of ways. You could a few ways. You could either hike up and down, or you could take the train up and down, or you could take the train up and then hike down, or hike up and take the train down. You know? Whichever way you want. But that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we would go over there sometimes, have a good time. Me and my foster brother Robert, hold on. There were times where we'd we'd go out to Roaring Camp, but before
workout
we did
pause.
that, we would oh, right now I'm at like a fucking crosswalk. So before we did that though, we would stop by the local Rite Aid.
Workout resumed.
And grab ourselves a double scoop of ice cream. And that was when they were still fucking cheap, you know? That Rite Aid ice cream, man, that was legit shit though. Yeah, man. Like, it's funny, you think of Rite Aid as just like a little, you know, I don't know, better version of Walgreens or something. At least I did at the time. But yeah, man, that ice cream numbs. And we get ourselves a double scoop, and then we go from there. And there was a little park, so we crossed the park, and there was like a little wooden train. I mean, not a wooden train, fucking wooden bridge. There's a little wooden bridge, and so we would just walk across that, and then a little ways down was Henry Cowell, if I remember correctly. Anyways, it's been a while, man. But that was kind of like my early teen years, you know. That was junior high and first 2 years of high school. That was a good fucking time, man. And it's funny. Usually Saturday morning, I'd be going around to my buddy's house. I'd go over to, I think I would go over to Derek's first. Derek Whaley, to see if he was up. And he'd usually be sleeping, that lazy fuck, you know. And he doesn't want to go do anything. So then I'd ride my bike over to Joe's house, Joseph Shreve. And he'd still be sleeping. But he was the one, Joe was the one where I would have the best luck to get up first. Like, you know, but if that didn't work, then I would go over to Derek and Dan's house. So it was Derek Wood and Danny fucking Oval, and we try to get them up, you know. I just try to rally the crew together. That was back when I was a morning person. I ain't no fucking morning person anymore, man. I'm definitely a night owl now. But back when I was young, I had all the fucking energy in the world, man. Like, I was the Energizer Bunny, man. There's no fucking stopping me. And what made it worse is I ran so much, like distance, you know. I was a distance runner ever since like 6th grade. But I ran so fucking much that I had a hard time slowing down. Like, I actually walked the way I walked because of it. I had a slight lean forward. Well, I thought it was slight, but my dad would make fun of me all the time. He said I would lean forward and walk on my toes. And I didn't believe him at first, you know. I was like, whatever, Dad, because my dad, he's kind of he's a bit of an asshole. I love you, Dad, but you're a bit of an asshole. You know that. But 2, he likes to exaggerate a lot of shit, too. You know? He knows that, too. So, I was like, it can't be that bad. Sure enough, yeah, it was, though. But anyways, I had a hard time slowing down back then because I just had a shit ton of energy. Like, there'd be days where I'd start off on a Saturday morning. Had nothing to do, right? But I would take off at about 7:30 in the morning, and I wouldn't get home until like 2:30, 3 p.m. I was no shit running the whole time. Different paces, but I never walked. The only time I would stop is to get some water at like a local grocery store or something, you know. But I was no kidding, like running the whole time, and it was just a way for me to get a lot of the, I guess, angst and, well, mostly anger, honestly, out of me. I had a lot of fucking anger as a kid. I mean, I still do. Don't get me wrong. It's like the Hulk, you know. What he said. He's like, that's the key. I'm always angry. Like, honestly, I've come to realize, like, that's just kind of how I run. I mean, well, literally and, you know, figuratively, metaphorically. And I think this has kind of been weighing on my mind a lot, you know, is mental health, especially with us veterans. You know, we don't know where to place a lot of our shit. A lot of times it's hard because, for lack of a better word, we grow up with it, you know? And what I mean by that is while we're in the service, you know how we grow in the service. You're a young buck going in, and you know, whether you spent 4 years or you spent 20 years, you know, it's you've trained for however that long to act on a certain level and to be a certain way, to feel a certain way. And for some of us, you know, it gets difficult to compartmentalize that stuff, to turn it off or on. And I think most of us probably deal with that kind of shit on a somewhat regular basis, but a lot of times we don't talk about it. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to redo my disability claim and stuff, because there's a lot of things that I felt as a non-combat veteran. So I've been in for almost 17 years now. Never saw combat, man. I went in right after high school into the Marine Corps active duty in 2002, and I just never saw combat. It was never my time. Or I mean, even without the combat, I just never fucking deployed. So you know, when I went to the Army Reserve in 2012, continued to try to deploy and everything. Shit just never happened, you know? I've had friends go over, you know, get blown up, get injured, different things. And despite me asking coach to put me in, I was always riding the pine pony. As a joke, I personally like to say that, you know, maybe I was just too valuable for them to send me over. You know? Not saying I'm more valuable than other people. That's not it at all. It's just a joke I like to say to myself. You know, for those of us veterans, I think most people in general, comedy tends to be a good relief, you know, from everyday life, from the stressors and shit. For veterans, we tend to be a little bit more on the dirty side with our shit, you know. A lot of dark sense of humor, and a lot of civilians don't know how to handle that. So it's kind of weird when talking to some people, not sure what to say, what not to say, things like that. But anyways, going back, so there's a lot of things that I felt that I deal with on a daily basis that you know, when I first put in my VA claim, I didn't want to claim because I didn't feel worthy, you know. I mean, I never deployed. I got a lot of brothers and sisters out there who maybe need those services more than me. So I figured by sacrificing myself and my own needs to help them, you know? And it's a hard pill.
5 miles completed.
Oh, there we go. 5 miles.
Duration 1 hour 30 minutes 5
Pill to
seconds.
swallow.
Current speed
But you
2.8
gotta
miles
take
per
care
hour.
of yourself, you know?
Average speed 3.3 miles per hour.
Alright, so you gotta take care of yourself. And, you know, my buddy Ali, Mr. Ali Brown, you know, he just redid his, and his is looking a lot better now. Good for him, you know. I'm really happy for him with that. He deserves that shit. But he really pushed me to start trying to go down this path. And it's not about getting more money from the VA. I mean, sure, that helps. I mean, especially now when a lot of us are fucking suffering for our jobs and shit. But that's not what it's about, right? It's about getting the help that you need. About putting your pride down and being willing to accept that you're not perfect, that you may or may not be able to handle everything. you know? And it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get the help. And I wasn't comfortable with it. It took my buddy to poke me a lot, you know, to actually follow through and go for it. But I'll be honest, with this quarantine shit, this shelter in place, which those of you who know me know I don't believe in this bullshit about sheltering in place, and the whole thing is, I'm not to say that COVID's not something to be wary of, but I've listened to enough doctors who have worked with it. I've actually know a doctor who knows extensively about the immune system and COVID and all this, and so I'm really not that worried about it. Not for myself, for certain, but also just the way that we're going about the shelter in place. I don't think it's the proper way to do things. And it has nothing to do with saving lives. It's always been about flattening the curve to give the healthcare industry a chance. It has nothing to do with saving lives or stopping people from getting it or anything like that. That shit's all lies. That shit's all secondary. But anyways, coming back. But with this shit, and it's brought a lot of stuff out of me, man. Like things that I thought I was okay with, things that I guess I thought I could bury enough and not mind, you know, out of sight, out of mind kind of shit. And but with given the isolation and things of that nature, things because of the isolation, you know, not being able to see certain families or talk to them even, you know, for those who are close to me know that my kids are my life, you know, but they're not with me, you know, they're with their moms. One's in Virginia and one lives like 2.5 hours away from me. So I haven't really been able to see them or talk to them much even. And this whole isolation thing has really worked on me mentally, you know? It's I don't know how to describe it, but enough to the point where I realized, like, you know, I guess I do have a problem that I haven't been able to solve on my own, by myself. So, yeah, so I'm reaching out to them and, you know, hopefully get the resources I need to help me out, you know. So now I'm at another stop line, another crossing area. But yeah, that's enough with all that mushy shit. So hey, coming up guys soon, so unfortunately wasn't able to raise a whole lot of money for the HomeFirst, you know, working with the homeless, trying to get them off the street during this time, but I was able to get some. So I'm looking at probably before this Friday, I'm going to fully cash out of the GoFundMe. I'll stop the GoFundMe and everything. I'm going to be calling HomeFirst today just to verify exactly what kind of stuff they need. You know, whether it's they need more shirts or they need more sweaters or sweatpants rather, or maybe they need more blankets or something. I'm gonna see exactly what they need, and then see what we can provide. So I'll be taking video or pictures. I don't know, maybe both of going to the store, picking up the stuff, and then hopefully dropping it off. I'm hoping I could go in person to drop it off, because I would love to talk to like the manager or whoever's in charge, you know, and do a little interview with it, because that would be cool. But we'll see what happens. So just letting you guys know what's coming up here soon. And these guys are trying to let me go. Go on, go on, go on. Go on, hurry up. Slow ass fucking drivers, man. People don't know how to drive anymore. Like, I'm waving you on, just fucking go, you know? Anyways. So, looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. This walk, getting my fat ass out here, breathing some fresh air. You know, that's another thing with the mental state, guys. Like, make sure you're not just lounging around and shit, you know, because when the body goes, the mind goes too. And frankly, vice versa. If you're not taking care of your mind, you're not exactly going to be in the mental state to take care of your body. And if you're not taking care of your body, well, you're not going to have the energy and just the natural chemicals like endorphins and shit on a daily basis that'll help you out mentally and bring a more positive view in your brain, you know? So at the very least, guys, 30 minutes a day walking, right? 30 minutes of light to moderate exercise a day. That's all you need. Now, I mean, obviously, you want to temper that with, you know, diet and shit. I mean, you don't want to be like me and have like a seafood diet. You know, I see food, I eat it, num nums. But yeah, you just want to take care of your body. You know, I got nothing against animal-based proteins or anything. I mean, y'all know me. My favorite spice is bacon, baby. You know, favorite spice is bacon. But that said, you want to make sure you get your phytonutrients, you know, the good plant foods. And trust me, I have a hard time with that. Like, I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. Nothing like that. I'm forward with you, man. I have a hard time. I'm not a big fan of veggies, you know? I mean, I'll eat them, but I'm not actively trying to eat them, you know? So, but that's also where, you know, supplementation can help. But obviously you want to try to get your food as naturally as possible. Well, by like consumption through your daily diet. So just take care of yourselves, guys. You know, your mentality. Take care of your brain. Take care of your body. Take care of your soul. You know, however that looks for you. That's the other part of it, right? Your spiritual self. However that looks for you. You know, whatever kind of values, belief system that you have. You know, and if you don't believe in any kind of a spiritual realm, if you're essentially an atheist, whatever, man. I mean, that is your spiritual realm then. You know? So as long as you just look at your life in a holistic view, right? Watching your energies, watching where your mind goes, where your body goes, what you put into your body, what you put into your mind. How many people are reading on a daily basis? You know? What are you reading? Are you reading, like, I don't know, smutty books, smutty films, some of you? Hey, I'm not judging, man, you know? I got my smut too. So I think everything has a place, as long as you don't overdo it, right? What they say, everything in moderation. So anyways, well, I've been talking for a lot longer than I thought, man. I don't even know how long it's been yet. Damn, 30 minutes. Well, I hope you guys have gotten some value, I mean, out of this film. Sorry for the shakiness. I mean, I don't have like a gimbo or Jimbo or whatever the fuck those things are, so it's just my arm. So sorry for the shakiness, and I know the lighting's not that great. All I got is the natural lighting of the sun. But audio's probably not all that great either, you know, with the cars zooming by, the wind. I don't even know half of what I say you're going to be able to hear. But I hope I brought some value to you guys today. Some food for thought. Fuck, a lot of spit apparently. You guys got any comments? Any questions for me? Any shit you want to talk about, you know, feel free. Drop a comment down there. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so any new videos I do, make sure you get all those, that you'll get notified. And please share. Like I said, what I'm trying to do with this channel, what I hope we can do with this channel is just help it grow and make a difference, a positive difference, positive impact for a lot of the people out here, you know, the homeless children, homeless veterans. In my view, there's just, we can fix this. You know, I don't think it's about government programs. I think it's about the people coming together in one voice saying, like, this is what we will do. You know, not, oh, daddy government, please do this for us. No, this is our responsibility. You know, as citizens, as neighbors, this is our duty, our responsibility. So I'm hoping you guys can join with me for our future endeavors. I can't even talk right now, man. Need some water. But you know, I'm excited, looking forward to it. So again, please like, comment, subscribe, and catch you on the flip side.